Hi everyone, I hope you've all had a wonderful week. In this week's report, we'll see if Lake Eucumbene is still falling, we'll see which local identity celebrated a birthday this week, we'll check whether fish are biting, Pete has another great pic to share with us, Greg sent in some great pics he took at Anglers Reach back in 1970, there's the weather, pick of the week, and this week's fishing meme. Okay, let's start. Here's the report for the week ending the 18th of May, 2025. Taking a look at the lake levels, and Lake Eucumbene dropped a whopping 1.2% this week, its largest weekly fall of the year. The lake now sits at 38.8%, which is 8.9% lower than it was at the start of the year. Lake Jindabyne also fell 0.2%, while Tantangara Dam rose slightly, up 0.1%. Before we see where the fish are biting, I wanted to wish local Anglers Reach legend Tiny Egan a very happy birthday. Tiny turned 58 on Tuesday. You don't look a day over 60, mate. From me and everyone watching the video, I hope you had a great day and got to wet a line. Catch up with you for a beer soon, mate. Great to see so many people out and about at Lake Eucumbene during the week, enjoying the continuing warm, dry weather. Lots of great catches were recorded, with a pretty even split between rainbows and browns. Mountain locals Mick and Tash spent a beautiful May Day on the big lake during the week. Not to be left behind, Finn and Abby came along to enjoy the fun and posed for this great pic near Adam and his famous big trout. Here's Mick out on the water. Mick landing this lovely brown on the troll. They all had a ball out on the water, and I hear the dogs fell asleep on the way home, Mick. Glad you had such a great day, Mick, Tash, Finn, and Abby. Great mates Kevin and Richard returned to Melbourne this week after spending 3 weeks at beautiful Frying Pan. They stayed in the cabin and fished all over the Frying Pan Arm. The pair had a fantastic time and landed some great fish, 29 in total, with a mix of rainbows and browns. Kevin saying the fish were caught using a variety of baits, including garden and scrub worms, live yabbies, peeled yabby tails, barty grubs, and scrub worms. Kevin added conditions were tough during their trip, with water levels going down each day, muddy banks, and wind blowing from all angles. Don't you just love that wind at Eucumbene? The last few days of their trip were also wet. Kevin and Richard, though, are already planning their next trip in October, and we're looking forward to seeing you back, fellas. Thanks for sharing your adventures with us. Gavin spent a beautiful, calm evening at Yens Bay during the week. Gavin adding he didn't land a fish on this occasion, but saw quite a few rises. Pity about missing out on a fish, Gavin, but what an absolutely beautiful place to spend some time. Thanks for sharing, mate. Jamie took a trip up the Eucumbene River near Providence Portal during the week and landed this beautiful brown. A great catch, Jamie. The colours of the fish are just stunning. Thanks for sharing with the Lake Eucumbene Facebook group. A regular contributor and lake visitor Stuart Bennett spent a great day on the water during the week. Stuart caught this lovely rainbow in glassy water and he lost 3 others. Stuart said the lake had dropped 3 foot in the 4 weeks since his last visit. Thanks for posting, Stuart. Kristen spent a lovely day on the lake midweek. Fishing around Old Adaminaby, Kristen said with the full moon still prominent after daybreak and flat conditions, fishing was particularly challenging first up. The group went on to land 12 fish with a best 50 centimetres. Kristen said the best approach for them was a 13-gram wing lures at 30 feet. The lofty number 29, pictured, was the most consistent. Tassie Devil number 28, the yellow-winged disco dancer, also known as the SMS trout tool, caught fish when the cloud rolled in during the afternoon. Thanks for letting us know what you used, Kristen, and I hope you get back to the lake really soon. Jason was out and about on the lake during the week. While Jason didn't get a fish this time, he was blessed with lovely late autumn weather. Thanks for sharing, Jason. Birthday boy Tiny and his lovely wife Julie spent some time by the water again this week, fishing their favourite spot. It's a tough life, guys. Not sure if it was a birthday present, but Tiny took delivery of more power bait during the week. You definitely are the king of the power bait, mate. Amongst the new offerings is this one, the tadpoles. Well, I've not used that one before, Tiny, so I'm really looking forward to see how it goes, mate. Tiny also posted this pic of the famous Angler's Reach feeder. If you know, you know. As you can see, it's high and dry now. In contrast, Tiny took this photo of the feeder just 6 months ago. Enjoy a week, Tiny and Julie, and looking forward to seeing more of your adventures next week. John posted a couple of old photos taken at Racecourse Creek near Kiandra. The photos were taken some 31 years apart, the first in 1979 and the second in 2010. Racecourse Creek is a great place to fish when the water's flowing freely, like in these photos, but unfortunately it's not flowing as well at the moment. The area is in desperate need of some rain, and we'll have more on the weather shortly. Thanks for sharing, John. Pete posted a series of photos this week from Bolero Valley, and this is my favourite. It was taken at the single-lane bridge crossing the Murrumbidgee River. Many watching this will have driven across this bridge on the way to the lake from Canberra along Beaubien Road, locally known as the Back Road. If you have, you would have noticed the very substantial station on the right as you drive towards this bridge on your way to Adaminaby. It's called Bolero Station. Bolero Station is an historic station located approximately 5 kilometres from Adaminaby. It's nestled in the upper reaches of the Murrumbidgee River between Tantangra Dam and Cooma. The property spans 18,000 acres and is owned by a number of landowning companies, including the Alice Springs Pastoral Company. The property's homestead, built by the Osbornes in 1908, is a notable feature. Thanks for the pic, Pete, and it brought back fond memories of all the times my dad and I crossed that bridge, like this time back in 2007. We'd often stop and just chat about life in general at the bridge, talk about the fish we'd caught and lost during one of our many fishing trips to Lake Eucumbene. I miss you heaps, Dad. Regular Lake Eucumbene visitor Greg posted some great pics to the Lake Eucumbene Facebook group during the week. The pics were taken in and around Anglers Reach back in 1970. Many watching this, including me, will notice some of the landmarks, including this shot of the old bridge that crossed the Eucumbene River. While it is low, we've actually seen that bridge out of the water back in July 2007. This pic of the ruins of an old homestead back in 1970 is a real historic one. The homestead has been in and out of the water many times since. This pic shows Anglers Reach Village back in 1970, and this one, the Eucumbene River snaking its way towards deeper waters. Thanks for posting the pics, Greg. They're a wonderful snapshot of the lake back in 1970. If anyone watching has some historic photos they'd like to share with us, please post them to the Lake Eucumbene Facebook group. We'd love to see them. During the pic sent in by Greg, we saw the ruins of the old homestead near Anglers Reach. Jason sent in this pic during the week, showing the chimney of the same ruins, again exposed as Lake Eucumbene continues to fall. Thanks for sharing, Jason. Speaking of low lake levels, John sent in this great pic during the week of an empty Providence portal. John isn't sure of the year, but people commenting on the photo think it could be the early 80s. It could be, but judging by the type and age of the cars, it could be 2007 when Lake Eucumbene dropped to just 8.7% on the 12th of July that year. No matter the year, let's hope the lake doesn't fall this low again in a hurry. Thanks for sharing, John. Taking a look at the weather for the week ahead at Lake Eucumbene, and it's great to see some rain finally in the forecast. All going well, we should see upwards of 20 to 25 millimetres in the gauge by this time next week. Maximum temperatures will be cool and range between a chilly 7 degrees tomorrow, Monday, to a warmer 14 degrees by next Sunday. For pick of the week, I've gone with this beauty taken by Jason Bond. It shows a rainbow over Yens Bay on Tuesday afternoon. Jason saying he had to leave fairly quickly as showers started to make the area pretty slippery. Great photo, Jason, and thanks for posting, mate. And don't forget, if you've been to the lake or region lately and have taken a great photo, please post it to the Lake Eucumbene Facebook group and you might see it here in a future report. This week's fishing meme is a beauty. I don't know the secret to happiness, but I've never been sad when fishing. This is so true, and I definitely can't say I've ever been sad fishing. Well, that's the report for this week. Hope you found it useful. As always, I'm happy to take on any feedback or suggestions. And don't forget, if you're looking for more information on Lake Eucumbene, check out the social media channels. There's the website, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, and you'll get notified when I post up new videos. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe, tight lines, and bye for now.